Welcome back again for the third video. In this video we are going to have a bigger application. Everything that almost we need to learn about the GUI is going to be available here. Of course, we cannot involve everything that we need for all type of applications within here, but this is going to give you a general and idea about whatever application you need to build. Now in here, within this design, first of all, it's a good idea to understand what is the purpose of this application. I'm gonna run it, so you can see that I have within this application, the user can fill in this area whatever required, like the name, the age, the GPA. The user can select the major and select which semester the student is now on or enrolled on, and specify if the user has a scholarship or no, specify the gender, and then we have the clear and the add. Definitely the job of the clear is to clear all the fields here, return the value here to the first item, return this one also to the first item, and clear this one, and return the gender to male to make it as a default selection. Also, we have loading from file, which is enable us to load from file. So if I replace the user, replace here the file name here, load the file when the user loaded. So also it's gonna be, instead of writing the whole details, the file will include the details and will include everything that we need from the file to here. Besides, here is gonna be the output area. The output area here will display for me how many students already entered, either from the file or from the users. And also here will specify for me a list of the student which is loaded from the file or also again from the users. The save to the file will give me a chance to load or to copy whatever in the student list to an external file, so I can save it later on and use it for another application. So let's give it a try. I'm gonna give some names. For example, this is the first name, the age of the student, the GPA, and I'm gonna select the major, and I'm gonna select the number and select have a scholarship, and I will press add. Okay, by this you can see that the details of the student is added here and the number of the students is 1. Now by pressing clear, everything is cleared. This one returned to the original value, this one returned, and we have here. So we can enter another name, like for example Salwa. I have here 3.0. Sorry, the age is 18. GPA is 3.0. The computer science, this is second semester. I'm not gonna select female and press add, and you can see that it's uploaded. Now also, as I mentioned to you, you can get and load from a file. So if I create for you already a file, which is file number 1, it has some details for 3 students. So now the name of the file is file 1. So instead of this area, if I place file 1 and I say load from this file, you can say that it's uploaded, that this is now, we have now 5 students and all of them is loaded here. If by mistake I put file which does not exist in my system, it's gonna give me that cannot load from file. Now the same scenario which I have, which is, of course, we can see that again I can upload any other names, like let's say John, his age is 20 and the GPA 3.5, his information security 5, has a scholarship and male, and now I say add, it's added, and update the number of the students. Now, once I finish, if I would like to see, you can see the details of all the students below each others. Now, if you would like to save it to a file, simply I can specify the file name. So I would say this is, I will call it out file number 1. When I say save to file, now if I open the files area, you can see that open out file 1 is available here. If I open the file, you can see that all the details which is available for me, it's gonna be in here for the students. So now we are going to see how we can do an application like this. In the first part, we are going to see exactly how we can define the design. In the design, area, I load from the plateau, which we learned about it before. I load from the plateau all the component that I need, item by item. Of course, you know that all of these is gonna be as a labels. This one and this one. These are labels. You can find the labels in here. I changed the color for 2 of them, and that's it. There is also some text area, text field. For text field, I have these 3, 4, 5 text areas. We are going to use this first 3 to get actually the name, the age, and the GPA. Here I will get the load file. Here I will get the save file name. I have also here a text field. Within this text field is gonna count for me the number of the students which entered by the loading file or from the input IDs, and it's gonna be loaded here. For this one, it's actually locked, and I can do this by show you the properties. Within the properties, you can see that all of them with editable is correct, unless the last one, the editable, is unselected. And for all of them, you can see that the color, the background color is white, okay, which is originally white, while the color for this one is actually a light gray. Here now I have a text area. The difference between the text area and the text field, the text area can take more than 1 line, where the text field can accept only 1 single line. In a text area, which is available for me to append and to add different lines in the same time. In this one also, I make the editable part of it is going to be disabled, so the user cannot change anything about it. I make the background to be also a light gray, so the user can get an indication that this too will not be editable during the program. What else I add? This one is a combo box. A combo box, this too as a combo box, and this combo box will give me a chance to select from different selections, and to change the selection for it simply in the model. When I select the item from the properties, I can find here in the model. In the model, I can see here can simply see what exactly I'm gonna see within the drop box, and I can simply add to it, modify it, erase whatever I like whenever I need. Of course, the same scenario for semester number. And the semester number here also, you can see that we have the selection from 1 till 10. Also, the user will see 1 to 10 whenever we'll choose to drop the combo box. About this one is called a checkbox. The checkbox, a good idea about the checkbox that we can indicate that this value is true or false. So it's a good idea to be linked with Boolean values. Whenever I have also these two is called actually the radio buttons. Now, when I insert a radio button, it's gonna be independent from each others. Usually in graphics or in designing, Whenever we have the checkbox, it's going to be independent from others. Whenever we use a radio button, the selection is going to be as mutual exclusive, which means that it's going to be either male or female or whatever the selection is. Also, I have here some buttons. Okay, you can see that by clicking any buttons, I can jump to the design part for this button. So I have the clear button, I have the add button, I have the load from file button, I have the save to file button. So all of these are buttons which is available for me. I can simply add the actions into it, and based on that we can have the design. So in this video number 3, you can see that how to implement the graphics and how we add the values. In the second video, we are going to see how we are going to implement the variable names into it and how we are going to program some parts of it to have the full application.